The greatest Satyanarayana puja that you can do is, you're truthful to yourself at least. You're unable to be truthful with others. I will leave you for that. But at least with yourself, you must be 100% truthful, isn't it?
We have certain beliefs that we should do Satyanarayana Puja every year, or Vastu Puja or Vastu Shanti before you shift into a new house.
Okay.
At least in Maharashtrians we have that kind of tradition. Gruha Shanti.
Okay. Now, for all the… it doesn't matter how many Satyanarayana pujas that you do, for the untruth that you're generating with your day-to-day living, no Satyanarayana puja can save you. The greatest Satyanarayana puja that you can do is, you're truthful to yourself at least. You're unable to be truthful with others. I will leave you for that. But at least with yourself, you must be 100% truthful, isn't it? That will be a wonderful Satyanarayana puja which will produce immediate results. Anyway, your Satyanarayana puja you don't perform, somebody else performs for you. Maybe he will be benefited, but about you, who knows? You get smoked and you catch a bad cold, next day your sinus all burnt up and swollen. Generally your house is totally smoked with Satyanarayana puja? No smoke? Oh, you don't use the smoke? Oh, in south lots of smoke. They're making it smaller and smaller, but the old pujas used to be real smoky and, you know. If Satyanarayana is smart, he won't come anywhere near there. You be truthful, that's the greatest Satyanarayana vrata you can take up is that you take on his form, at least with yourself. If not with the world, at least with yourself. With the world also you can take it up, it's very wonderful. But if that is not possible for you, with yourself being absolutely straight, you will see life become so beautiful. Now this Vastu, I don't know which time, you're talking about just that puja that is done on that day of entrance, or about building the building with a certain… Housewarming is one thing. See, one thing is when new buildings are constructed, not always, sometimes when new structures are constructed, sometimes certain negative airs can be trapped because of certain reasons. So the idea was to create a new positive energy by chanting, and the homam also had some impact, the Agnihotris and other things that they did, cleared up certain atmosphere, yes. Above all, you're moving into a new space, you are not somebody who is beyond everything, you are not somebody who is so aware, if you see here, you know exactly this is what it is. You are not in that state of awareness. So you need a psychological boost also to enter a new space, because your basic emotion is fear, please see. Your most basic emotion is fear. So any small thing, your whole life can get disturbed. Suddenly you believe, you came into a new house either because of the paint smell or whatever, you are unable to sleep. And now you think, what is this? In my old house I was sleeping properly, this new house may be ghost. You're finished, you know. You're finished. Lot of people can never extricate themselves out of the single thought. They will just go on and on and on and on and finish themselves. So, a little bit like this it clears, and it also has some science behind it. Certain utterances of sounds and smells creates a certain atmosphere there. And you tie that ash god, because it's very highly pranic, it reverberates with prana, that slowly positive energy spreads. But you put it into your belly, it's even better, you know. This whole science is taken to a very peak in the form of temple building. See, you must understand this. The Indian temple was never built as a place of worship or prayer. If you go to the temple, nobody told you in the tradition to pray or to send requests to God about how to fix your life or something. They told you if you go to your temple, you must sit there for a while, isn't it? Because these places were energy centers, they were not places of prayer. No Indian temple ever there is somebody leading a prayer, isn't it? See, suppose if it's some other place of worship, somebody is leading a prayer. There is no such thing at any time in the Indian temple because this was made as an energy center, not as a place of prayer. Before you start your day, you have a shower, go there, sit there for some time and then go out into the world. This is like public battery charging place. And it is also said, if you are on a spiritual path, you don't have to visit the temple every day. Do you know this? Yes, are you aware of this? Those who are on the spiritual path need not go to the temple every day. Why? Because they have self-charging mechanisms. Right now you're doing your pranayama, meditation, these are self-charging mechanisms. You don't have to necessarily go to a public charging place. You don't have your own private charger, you go to the public booth and charge yourself. When the shape of the temple, the outside parikrama, the sanctum sanctorium, the shape and size, the shape of the idol and the size, the mudras that the idol hold, the mantras that are used to consecrate this, if all these things are properly matched, it will have a very strong field of energy around it. You just go there, sit there, imbibe it and come. This is not the time for you to do blah 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 or somebody else is doing it. It's for you to just sit quietly and if there is something to imbibe it. Most of the temples we have killed because we do not know how to maintain them anymore. The necessary dedication, the necessary science of what it is has been lost and it's been lots, hundreds and hundreds of temples have died, only the stone is there. This was a science of converting the stone into the divine. But if you're unaware, you'll again convert the divine into a stone, There is a whole science as to how to make the stone into divine, to energize it in such a way that it is a much higher possibility than yourself. But you can just decimate it. Maybe some of you got the Dhyana Lingam brochure? You must… maybe the pictures if you want to see the book is there outside. You must come and sit here. This has been energized not through mantras but through prana pratishtha. It has taken an enormous amount of work. In a way, what I'm doing now, this is not my work. Fundamentally I came just to consecrate the lingam. Just out of something else I got involved in this and I'm on doing something, fooling around for a while. Otherwise my fundamental work was just to consecrate that. I never intended to stay beyond consecration. It was always planned that I will leave as soon as the consecration is done. For some reasons I stayed on and things are going on. You just enter this temple, you don't have to believe in any Shiva, any nonsense. You simply come and sit there. It's a multi-religious temple, that's why people from all religions come there just to be there. Just sit there, it'll shake you from the root of your spine. The vibrations are so powerful because it's consecrated in such a way. It is prana pratishtha, you can't kill it. It is no more dependent upon the stone lingam. Stone lingam was used only as a scaffolding to form an energy lingam. Now once it is on, if you want we can remove the stone lingam, still it will not change the quality. The 7 chakras are established and locked properly. It is eternal. If you destroy the planet, still you cannot destroy this form. That's how it is. This is a whole science in the yogic lore. It's a very deep science as to how to make this happen. People who were there during the process of consecration, those who were witness to it, you won't believe the kind of things that happened there. Now, right now your energy is so identified with the body, there's very little you can do out of it. If your contact with the body becomes minimum, you can do much more. It's like, let's say you took some clay and made 10 pots. Now you didn't burn it yet, it is still fresh. Now you can again crumple it and put it back and make it into 12 pots if you want. Make it into 20 pots if you want, because still the clay is malleable and you can work. So samadhi state means it's going back to that stage where again the clay is loose, where you can take it out and do things out of it. Normally when people are in samadhi states, we protect them. We keep them in very protected atmospheres because smallest disturbance, they may leave the body. Somebody is in a deep state of samadhi, you just do this, he may leave the body, because it is so subtle. Small little bit of something, it may happen. So to train people to be in that state and learn to be physically active takes an enormous amount of training. It took 20 years for me to prepare this situation gradually, finding the right kind of people and bringing them all together and making this happen. You must experience it. In your life, you must experience it once. It's something that you must see. You don't have to believe in anything. You just come and sit there, you will see, it'll just take you.